President Obama's first key point in his national address to students centers on the idea of personal responsibility, and expanding this message requires diving deep into the layers of meaning behind it, why he emphasized it, how it applies to real-life situations, why students often struggle with it, and how embracing it transforms one's entire future. Obama's message wasn't simply motivational. It was a direct challenge to every student to look inward and realize that the path to success begins with choices made every single day. He wanted students to understand that no matter where they come from, what challenges they face, or what doubts they carry, their education is ultimately a matter of personal commitment. This sense of responsibility is not just about doing homework or studying for exams. It's about realizing that their effort today shapes what opportunities they will have tomorrow. In expanding this idea, it becomes clear that Obama was urging students to break free from excuses, to recognize their own agency, and to accept that even the most successful people in the world reached where they are not because life was easy, but because they kept pushing forward when things were tough. Responsibility, as Obama explained, is not always an easy concept for young people, because challenges often make it feel impossible to stay motivated. Many students face environments where studying is difficult. Some come from families struggling with finances, some deal with instability at home, and others experience self-doubt, bullying, or a lack of confidence. Obama acknowledged these hardships not to excuse failure, but to show empathy and prove that he understood their reality. He reminded students that countless individuals throughout history achieved extraordinary things despite starting with significant disadvantages. This context is essential because his message wasn't dismissing struggles. It was about empowering students to rise above them. He wanted every listener to feel seen, but also to realize that their circumstances don't define them. Their decisions do. Even when life feels unfair, the decision to keep learning, to keep trying, and to keep believing in oneself is an act of responsibility that can rewrite an entire future. Obama's idea of responsibility also extends to understanding that success doesn't happen overnight. He wanted students to know that even the most capable individuals face failure, boredom, frustration, and moments where giving up seems easier. When he talked about responsibility, he meant the kind of commitment that continues even when enthusiasm disappears. Anyone can be motivated for a day or a week, but responsible individuals show up consistently. It means doing assignments even when they feel pointless, studying even when it's more fun to relax, and using time wisely even when distractions seem tempting. Obama wasn't preaching about perfection. He was teaching resilience. He wanted students to know that real responsibility is visible not in how they act when things are easy, but in how they behave when challenges appear. It is in these moments, he suggested, that character is built. There is another dimension to responsibility that Obama underscored. Students are not alone in their educational journey, but no one else can walk it for them. Teachers, parents, mentors, and leaders can support, guide, encourage, and motivate. They can open doors, offer resources, and provide inspiration, but they cannot force effort, curiosity, or growth. Obama made it clear that at the end of the day, students must decide for themselves whether they will pay attention, put in the work, or give up. He emphasized that responsibility is deeply personal because it comes from within. A teacher cannot make a student interested in reading. A parent cannot control whether a child stays focused. Society cannot impose success. All anyone can do is create an environment for growth, but the student must step into it. This message is powerful because it shifts the focus away from blaming external factors and toward recognizing personal power. Central to Obama's point is the understanding that responsibility means embracing long-term thinking. Young people often think in the present, today's homework, this week's exam, tomorrow's class. Obama wanted students to realize that every day of effort adds up over time, shaping the adults they will become. Missing assignments, skipping school, or giving half effort may feel harmless in the moment, but gradually they create habits that limit future possibilities. Similarly, pushing oneself, asking questions, staying curious, and trying even after failing build habits that open doors later. Obama wanted students to visualize their future selves, to imagine the careers they want, the lives they dream of, and the opportunities they hope to pursue. By doing so, the connection between responsibility and future success becomes obvious. Every big achievement starts with small, daily acts of responsibility carried out consistently. He also addressed the idea that responsibility does not mean being perfect. Many students fear failure so deeply that they avoid trying. Obama wanted to tear down that fear by explaining that failure is not a sign to stop. It is simply a part of learning. He reminded students that every inventor, every leader, every creator, every athlete, and every professional has failed repeatedly. What sets successful people apart is not an absence of failure, but the refusal to be defeated by it. Responsibility means trying again. It means being honest with oneself about mistakes and using them as stepping stones instead of barriers. Obama emphasized this because many students hold themselves back by believing that one poor grade, one difficult subject, or one embarrassing moment defines them. He wanted them to understand that responsibility requires courage, the courage to grow through experiences, even the painful ones. Another important layer of responsibility Obama conveyed is the importance of using one's talents and abilities not just for personal gain, but for the greater good. He encouraged students to understand that their education is not only about them, it is also about the community and the country. A responsible student contributes to society by becoming a responsible adult, someone who helps others, solves problems, innovates, teaches, serves, and leads. Obama believed that every student, no matter how ordinary they might feel, carries potential that could benefit the world. Responsibility means nurturing that potential so it can eventually uplift others. By doing well in school, a student invests not just in their own future, but in the future of those around them. Obama wanted students to recognize the power they hold, even at a young age, to create positive change. Throughout his message, Obama also made it clear that responsibility involves making choices that align with one's goals. Every day students face decisions, whether to focus or get distracted, whether to do homework or skip it, whether to ask questions or stay silent, whether to give up or try one more time. These choices may seem small individually, but collectively they shape a student's entire educational journey. Obama wanted them to see the connection between their daily decisions and their dreams. Responsible students don't rely on luck. They create their own opportunities through discipline and effort. Obama urged them to develop self-control, time management, and self-awareness because these skills serve as the foundation for success in every area of life. Finally, Obama's key point reminds students that responsibility is an ongoing journey. It is not something learned in a day or mastered in a week. It is a habit developed over years through trials, mistakes, victories, and continuous growth. Being responsible means waking up each day and choosing to do the right thing for one's future, even when motivation fades. It means learning from yesterday, working hard today, and believing in tomorrow. Obama's message elevates the concept of responsibility from a simple academic rule to a life philosophy, a way of thinking and behaving that empowers individuals to shape their own destiny. He wanted students to see themselves as capable, strong, and full of potential, and to understand that the key to unlocking that potential lies in taking responsibility for their education, actions, and goals. President Obama's second key point in his national address to students focuses on the idea that education is the foundation for every opportunity in life. This message goes far beyond the simple encouragement to stay in school. Obama wanted students to understand that their education is not just a requirement. It is a gateway, a powerful tool, and a long-term investment that shapes the future in ways they cannot fully see yet. Many young people see school as a series of classes, assignments, grades, and rules. But Obama wanted them to realize that each subject they study, every skill they practice, and every challenge they overcome is building a stronger version of themselves. He reminded students that the careers they dream of, whether becoming scientists, doctors, engineers, artists, entrepreneurs, teachers, or leaders, are all rooted in the knowledge and habits they develop during their school years. Education gives them the ability to explore the world, solve problems, communicate effectively, and create new possibilities, which is why he argued that learning is the most powerful tool they will ever possess. Obama also emphasized that the world is becoming more competitive and fast-moving, and the opportunities of the future will belong to those who are prepared. He wasn't trying to scare students, but to motivate them to take their education seriously, because modern careers demand creativity, critical thinking, technology skills, and resilience. He explained that students need to understand math to handle the technological world, science to understand how things work, reading to express ideas, and history to grasp society's evolution. Even if certain subjects feel boring or irrelevant, Obama urged students to see them as pieces of a bigger puzzle, each one teaching mental discipline, curiosity, and the ability to understand complex ideas. Education equips students with tools that will support them for the rest of their lives, no matter what direction they choose. The more they learn, the more choices they gain. Without education, choices shrink and opportunities become limited. With education, doors open. Obama wanted students to realize that nobody succeeds alone. Every scientist who makes a breakthrough, every doctor who saves a life, every engineer who builds a new invention, and every entrepreneur who creates a company learned from someone else first. Education is a chain of knowledge that passes from one generation to another, and students today are part of that chain. He emphasized that teachers work hard to prepare lessons, parents support children in their education, and society invests in schools because education benefits everyone. A highly educated generation creates stronger communities, healthier economies, and more innovative industries. Obama explained that society depends on young people becoming educated, responsible adults who can lead the future with wisdom, compassion, and skill. When students take their education seriously, they are not only improving their own lives, they are contributing to the strength of their country. This viewpoint transforms school from a personal obligation into a shared responsibility and a civic duty. Another important aspect Obama highlighted is that education teaches more than academic subjects. School builds essential life skills such as discipline, focus, communication, teamwork, and problem solving. These skills are necessary in every job and every stage of life. Students learn how to express their ideas, how to listen to others, and how to work toward common goals. They also learn how to manage time, prioritize tasks, and stay organized. Obama stressed that these abilities are just as important as any textbook concept because they shape how students behave in the real world. A person with knowledge but no discipline struggles to move forward, while a person with both knowledge and discipline can achieve almost anything. Education is a training ground where students learn not only what to think, but how to think, and this is what prepares them to face the unpredictable challenges of adult life. Obama also acknowledged that not all students enjoy every subject or find school easy. Some struggle with math, others find reading difficult, and some feel discouraged when they don't understand something quickly. He explained that these struggles are normal and even necessary. Learning difficult things stretches the mind and strengthens character. He encouraged students to ask questions, seek help, and keep trying because perseverance is a vital part of education. The value of learning does not lie in perfection, but in continuous effort. Every time a student keeps trying instead of giving up, they are training themselves to face future challenges with confidence. Obama wanted students to understand that the effort they put in today, even in subjects they don't enjoy, builds the mental strength they will rely on later in life. Another part of Obama's message was intended to spark curiosity. He wanted students to see education as an opportunity, not a burden. He urged them to explore new ideas, discover new passions, and expand their understanding of the world. Whether through science experiments, literature, art, or sports, education exposes students to experiences they might not encounter otherwise. Some students discover their future careers because of a single class, a single teacher, or a single project that inspires them. Obama emphasized that students should take advantage of every opportunity in school, clubs, extracurricular activities, competitions, and creative projects, because these experiences help them understand themselves better. Education is not just about learning facts, it is about discovering interests, building identity, and shaping personal dreams. Obama also explained that education offers protection in an unpredictable world. The more skills a person has, the more secure their future becomes. Jobs, industries, and technologies are constantly changing. Some careers disappear, while new ones emerge. A strong education allows individuals to adapt, learn new skills, and remain relevant in a world that never stops evolving. Obama wanted students to see learning as a lifelong process, not something that ends with graduation. School teaches them how to learn, how to find solutions, and how to stay flexible in a rapidly shifting world. These qualities are essential for long-term success and stability. A key theme in Obama's message is hope. He believed that education gives students the power to break cycles of poverty, overcome barriers, and create better lives for themselves and their families. He spoke directly to students who felt discouraged by their circumstances, reminding them that their dreams are valid and achievable. No matter how tough life is, education provides a path forward. He wanted students to feel empowered, knowing that their future does not depend on luck or background, but on the choices they make today. By taking school seriously, they claim control over their destiny. Throughout this message, Obama also encouraged students to stay curious and open-minded. Education broadens the imagination and helps students understand people with different cultures, beliefs, and experiences. It teaches empathy and open-mindedness, which are essential in a diverse world. Obama wanted students to realize that being educated is not just about getting a job. It is about becoming a thoughtful, informed citizen who can contribute positively to society. Education makes individuals more understanding, tolerant, and compassionate. These qualities lead to stronger communities and more harmonious relationships. Finally, Obama emphasized that education is an investment that continues to pay off throughout life. Every hour spent studying, every book read, every lesson learned adds value to the student as a person. It increases confidence, sharpens skills, and builds a foundation that supports future achievements. Education shapes the way students think, the opportunities they can pursue, and the lives they ultimately build. Obama's message is a reminder that learning is a lifelong gift, one that opens doors, raises possibilities, and empowers individuals to achieve their full potential. He wanted students to embrace this gift with determination and optimism, knowing that by committing to their education, they are unlocking a world of opportunities that will shape their future in powerful, lasting ways.